What up? This is I'm just doing a little something this afternoon because I learned that Coolio had a new song coming out today, and I checked it out. It's with Too Short and DJ Wino. I haven't seen Wino in many years. Shout out Wino. I damn near didn't recognize him because I'm used to him having this big old afro, but it was him, it's Wino, and it's Coolio. I'm just messing with my hair. Let me stop. So let me get into it. So also I wanted to update everybody on his estate, the state of his estate. It took a long time, a few months. It's March. He died in September to figure out what they were going to do with his money. He had 7/10 children and other, family members that might have wanted to tap in. So they finally got that settled. So I'm gonna do that, and I'm gonna include my homeboy Ray's uh to join the fun. All right. What up, Rays?
What up, family?
What up? So I'm gonna put some stuff on the screen, and I'm gonna block myself out for a minute. I didn't want to keep you holding on in there,
No, y'all good? It's your
but
world. I'm gonna
yeah,
take
let me
you off
post
screen
it.
real quick too, because I'm in the
Yes,
middle of something.
yes.
I'll
So
try to
yeah,
put
yeah.
that
Just
down.
I'm gonna do this like this, okay? And I'm gonna post. There we
I'll
go.
go
And then
mute.
yes, sir. So
I
let
guess
me
you
read
heard me
this.
earlier, right?
Yes, sir. Yeah,
Let's
I'm in
uplift. Let's
agreement with
uplift
that.
together.
I'm in agreement with that. So this is really what's popping. So it says Coolio's legacy will continue with new music in the near future. Well, we talking about that. It's coming out today. Let me
Yep.
read this though. In a press release his family sent out on Wednesday, this past Wednesday, March 15th, the Fantastic Voyage rapper's family revealed the title of his posthumous album. It's going to be called Long Live Coolio. The LP, which is
Mm.
the first since his 2009 album From the Bottom to the Top, will also feature Tretch of Naughty by Nature and Coolio's close friend DJ Wino. Yeah, they were very close. I remember Coolio sent me to do some music with Wino, and we were going to use a sample from that TV show Taxi. Remember Taxi?
Yep.
Whoa, 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 whoa,
Yeah, I
whoa.
like I like that sample though.
And he was gonna do it. Oh, you remember that? That was
But
like,
come on now, we 70 babies. Come on, knock it off.
yeah. And so I went to hang out with Wino, and Wino was
Wino
working
from
on that track.
190. Wino from 190.
Wino from 190. He was cool. I was with his family. I hung out with his family. They were very business oriented. They had started a beauty shop in Compton.
Yeah, I know a lot of people out there in Carson and Compton. So
Carson or Compton, I can't remember.
well,
But
well, he's from Carson. Wino's from
okay, so
Carson.
it probably was in Carson then.
Yeah, because Coolio's from Carson.
Yeah, I've been to some house out there.
No, at his
DJ
mama's
Slip
house. I've
too.
been to his mom's house a couple of times. He had a nice
Shout
little
out
studio out there.
DJ Slip too.
Exactly. Yeah.
The announcement comes several months after Coolio's untimely death. The 59-year-old was found unresponsive on the bathroom floor at a friend's home in LA. They don't never say who the friend is, though. That'd be killing me.
Yeah. Well, that'd be killing me. Let's just stay right there.
No pun intended, right? Paramedics arrived on the scene and tried to revive him for 45 minutes without
Yeah.
success.
Right. I don't listen to
Right.
nothing media's talking about.
Prior to his death, Coolio was supposed to travel overseas for a show. Now he had just come from doing a show over in Europe. He was touring with Montel Jordan. Shout out Montel Jordan.
Yeah, big dog. That's my boy.
I had met Montel Jordan through Coolio. Matter of fact.
I think we both met him around the same time. Not the same day, but around the same time.
This is a story. I'm gonna side note. Montel Jordan, I didn't know who the hell he was because he wasn't famous yet. But I was at Def Jam West. Coolio brought me up. He used to always take me around to learn the industry and stuff. He was a very good manager, man. But anyway, he took me up to Def Jam West, which was off of La Cienega and Third. I used to always say La Cia nigga.
I see a nigga.
Because La Cienega was
They
like
don't
that
understand. That's
borderline.
LA shit.
Right. That was like that borderline street, going into Beverly Hills. And it was
You
always a
from
gang of
the south side to the north side.
exactly. And it was always a gang of black people Going to the Beverly Center. Close my door, son.
They
Thank
don't
you.
understand the Beverly Center, baby. Go ahead and break
Exactly.
them down. Break them down.
Beverly Center is a very popular fashion mall right on the border of Beverly Hills and right across from the hospital too. The what's that famous hospital everybody go to?
Cedar Sinai. That's how I kept my leg on my body. Cedar
Cedar
Sinai. Thank you.
Sinai. Yeah,
Shout
that's a
out to
very
Cedar Sinai, Dr. Milton Little. Yes, sir.
boom shout out. But Cedar side eye side eye.
It's all
Cedar
good.
side eye. Cedar Sinai is a place where most celebrities go to have their babies, or when they die in, you always hear on TMZ, that's Cedar Sinai. That's the Cedar Sinai. So, anyways, anyway, he was supposed to travel overseas for a show and lock in a residency in Las Vegas. He would have headlined 10 shows at the Westgate Las Vegas Resort. Man, the Westgate is the black people hotel of
Yeah,
Las
it is.
Vegas. Like
Yeah, it
whenever
is.
you want to come to Vegas, y'all go to the Westgate for real, for real. The rooms are nice, the prices are cool, and it's basically just it's right off the strip. Like how the big pyramid one, all them big fancy Caesar's Palace, they're on the strip, and that's cool too. That's cool too. You got to try those experiences. I drove Uber, so I've been in all of those hotels. I really wanted to see what they were like. I live in Las Vegas. I wanted to go see what they look like on the inside. Have you ever just done that, Raise?
What's that? Go to the hotels out in Vegas?
Just go look and walk through the hotels, just check them out and stuff.
Well, we're out there on the regular. My mom lives out there. I have a
Oh
lot of
yeah,
family
that's
out.
right.
I have a lot of family out there. I just saw your ass out there
You sure did.
like a
But I'm
couple of
saying,
months ago.
just as a thing, Rays, have you ever just been up in Caesar's Palace? Have you ever been
Yeah,
to the
yeah. I
Flamingo,
mean,
etc.?
my time in Caesar Palace goes back to like uh, the mid to late '90s, early 2000s. Before it got really like outrageous. Um,
Okay. Oh,
going to,
okay. Come
yeah,
closer to the mic.
going to different
You
venues
can.
out there. Say
What,
say again.
y'all? I was saying, come closer to the mic so they can
Oh,
hear
my
you a little
bad.
better.
Hold on. Excuse me, you guys. My bad. I'm trying to get all
You good?
technicals
You
here.
you good? You good? So but yeah, man. So yeah, he was supposed to do 10 shows headlining at the Westgate. He was also heavily involved in the reboot of Futurama on Hulu. The rapper recorded all his lines and even a few lyrics for the show before he passed away. The show is expected to move forward with the revival and plans to dedicate an episode to him. As of this report, the release date for Coolio's upcoming album has not been confirmed. Look out for the first single arriving today. It's today, y'all. So Coolio's legacy will continue with new music in the near future. As a matter of fact, I had some people reach out to me. It was really deep, man. After Coolio passed, and they were like from Ireland, man. I had people reaching out to me from Ireland and Scotland and Poland. Poland. This dope ass rapper from Poland hit me up. It's super dope. And I appreciate that. One of the things I did like to highlight about Coolio was he was one of the first rap artists to really go into Europe and like network, and like really put down great American pop rap music. I won't even call it pop. I just
No,
call
I
it
mean,
pop
no.
because
Let's be real. What it is? It's
I
popular.
just call it pop because
It's
it was
popular.
popular,
Yeah.
and I will never take away from this style, which is basically what they call radio friendly to those who don't know. Radio friendly. But the thing is, all the rap snobs, especially the East Coast rap snobs, but even our West Coast homie rap snobs, kind of used to, I call them snobs because they used to kind of look down on Coolio. You know what I mean? I remember that a
Well, I mean,
little.
I believe they were being coerced and paid because remember, Coolio didn't talk about the average gangster stuff. He was from a gangster neighborhood. People don't understand about Carson. There's parts of Carson that's really gangster, like for real, real. It's really gangster over in certain areas.
Hmm.
And he wasn't as far because I met him like a few times. I met him once with you at a studio, and I
Hmm.
met him like maybe two times with the Far Side.
Yeah.
And he was just a different type of brother. Plus, the common people we knew. Um, for me being out here in the streets from the area, I knew a few people. That's how I met him the first time was with some people from the streets.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, oh wow. I was at his mom's house. I was like, okay, this is Coolio. This is before he
Yeah,
actually blew up.
right.
Because he always had a lot of people at his mom's house because they had the garage set up where the studio.
That's
And
smart.
it was really dope. I mean, his mom was real cool. Cooley was just a cool dude, man. I mean, at the end of the day, he was just an average dude, and he happened to get an opportunity, and he took it to the next level.
Yes, he did. That's a well said, Rays. Well said. I would agree with that. I'm thankful. I had the chance to actually choose
Right.
between him and KRS-One as my manager, y'all. That's
I remember when you were talking about it at 12:16, everybody was blown back.
that's really nuts, right?
It was
Um,
crazy. I was like, "What?"
how did that happen? That's like, so I don't know. I used to speak up for mine. Shit. You know what I'm
No,
saying?
I mean, you keep like sidestepping
What?
the type of flow that you had back in the day.
Yeah.
Remember, you were completely abstract. Remember, Jill Scott was coming out, and you had a type of flow that before Jill came out, you already had that flow. And I kept saying, like, this is different. You
Yep.
know, your delivery was different. The way you did it was different. And I believe Coolio picked up on that.
Yeah, he
And
did.
I think that my personal opinion about the situation between you and Coolio is that it was more you neglecting that somebody that was on his stature was like, yo, you just didn't understand. I felt that you just didn't give credit to yourself. Like there are very few of us that get put on the planet that can talk to millions. And if someone that can talk to millions picks you out of the rough, out of all the people that are trying to do what you're trying to do, if they can pick you out the rough, then you have to respect that. Okay, maybe I'm also chosen. See, that's what I always said to you. You've been chosen. Maybe you don't want your job. I don't know. I'll just keep making beats. Maybe one of these beats will do something for us both. But out of everybody, because even Paul saw it. Mad Vibe, shout out to Mad Vibe, New Bedford, Massachusetts. That's our boy. Even Paul saw it. Period. And what we saw was the lack of confidence you had in yourself, and I think it was more of the company you kept because there were a lot of you're surrounded by a lot of haters, and that was a choice. You didn't have to be surrounded by those people who didn't have a clear understanding of where you were at lyrically. It takes a lot to move me musically. So I keep saying like, if you have a permanent place in my CD player, my car, just says a lot about you. Give a fuck if I know you all these years or not. Your shit's whack. It don't get a permanent slot. It don't get played at all because that has everybody's in my vehicle has the potential to hear you. Because if I'm listening to you, then everybody in my car is going to listen to you because there's no negotiation on the driver. I'm going to listen to this while I get us here safely, and everybody's going to enjoy it. You got to enjoy it the way we enjoy it. You're muted, by the way. Your lips are mute. Your lips are moving.
Oh, thank you. I appreciate how you're applying this information. I'm looking like triple chinned at this point.
Shout
Thank you.
out to Good Life. Shout out to Project Blow. All the MCs from the underground,
Oh,
Coolio, everybody that came from the underground from the West Coast, man. Look, y'all loved, y'all missed. And shout out to Coast Contra. I am so loving them young brothers.
yeah.
Man. Wow.
Ridiculous, right? They make me almost
Listen,
want to
hey,
cry. Like the,
Rise guys, I got a couple of beats for them boys there, man.
you can reach them yourself nowadays.
I'd rather reach the pops
I
because
got you.
they gonna respect pops.
I got you.
And me and pops had a whole lot of conversations out there on in front of Fifth Street Dicks before they closed it down. We had lots of conversations. That's a deep young man right there. That brother is real deep and real respectful,
Yeah.
and he's earned his slot.
Yeah. Very like, born for this type of thing. Super
Like
dope.
you are.
Thank you.
You're born for it. You just don't believe it. I believe it.
I do believe it. I do believe it, and I've decided to make moves. Did you? I know you've been busy, but have you taken a moment to listen to anything? I've I've downloaded on Spotify and iTunes and all that 4 songs, and there one is a song I recorded. Remember Clef,
Yeah.
Clef
Rest in
and Bear?
peace, Clef.
Rest in
Rest in
peace.
peace to the brother.
Have
Yeah,
you
dope. We made a dope song to him when it was
Oh
beat.
my God, wait. I just told that story yesterday to my teacher cohort people.
Do you still have it? Because I don't have it.
Kiefer Sutherland. He had an album called Kiefer Sutherland. What you talking about?
You talking about Clef?
Yeah.
Yeah, that brother was incredibly dope.
So
His ear was so dope
after
because
he died,
the song he gave you, and I was like, yo, man, we gotta do a song. You know, I don't be in front of the mic, but I was like, this song is so dope. It had me in front of the mic.
I just told, as a matter of fact, I just told KK that story. I said Mario, Ray's recorded this track. I had let him hear Clef's track, but when Clef came to LA, he was so mad at me for. And
Because I get why he was. And I understand. It wasn't a
I
disrespect
didn't know you did it, but
because he didn't know me.
yeah, and he didn't know your motives, and he's been ripped off. He had been ripped off.
I believe it, and that's why I was like, oh, you know, but we didn't. I that's remember when you told me he was upset, and I was like, yo, man, I get why. Because if it was my beat and y'all did something and I wasn't there to help negotiate or even record y'all, because I may have heard a vision in my head when I made the track.
Good
You see what
point.
I mean? And so at the end of the day, as an artist, we just have to not neglect each other.
Yeah,
You
that's
know what I
right.
mean? So I respect that he was upset, but the song was still dope. It was
Okay,
dope as
okay,
fuck.
okay. So I brought out
That song was dope.
the raw mix that we did that he mixed.
Take some time.
Had that. You still have that? You know, we would have had that if my stuff hadn't got thrown away in the trash in Atlanta.
I didn't know you. I didn't know that. Yeah, I'm finding out right now. So it was dope songs.
But this track we did from my first album, Subject Matter. Do you remember Subject Matter?
um, the very first album when you were doing with Coolio, I do because you had a couple of tracks with Vibe.
I should
Yeah,
have put them on my
you had
EP. I don't
like
know
two.
why I
You had
didn't.
two of the dope. Vibe did two of the dopest songs. I don't
On
care
the
whoever else you had.
Die ignorance, die ignorance. Sometimes this planet makes no sense. Die
Wait,
ignorance,
that's
die.
before.
You
That
never.
was right after Erica released, maybe 2 years later. And you came up with that song like, and it was just before Jill Scott came out. And I was like, yo, this song is fucking fire.
That's what
How
made
you know?
Julio
I'm
love
like,
that
oh
song.
my god.
Love that song.
I had
That
the source truck. I'm like, every time I had the source truck. You had this. I'm like, how come I don't have your? I kept saying, where's your music at? I'm in front of thousands of people every single day. I go to con. Where's your music at? Oh, you know, I'm like, oh, God. Oh me.
okay. So 4 people peeked in and then they peeked out. What's that about?
It's
But anyway,
about it's about whatever they come back in. It's just a conversation between a brother and a sister, and people could join in and laugh with us and respect that we go back way back in underground hip hop on the West Coast in LA.
yeah,
Every club,
yeah,
every mic session,
yeah.
underground,
Quit.
all this shit started in a certain area in Los Angeles when it came to backpack hip hop.
Yeah, and I
See,
had that backpack.
yeah, everybody ain't a fucking gang member.
Right.
Period. Everybody's not a fucking drug dealer.
I was into the jazz.
No, how about this? Everybody's not a fucking gang member and everybody's not a drug dealer.
That
Some
part.
of us like to read books. Some of us just like peace in our life.
Listen to
And we
jazz.
like to take some cool ass lyrics and put in some dope ass beats and make sense while we doing it without killing each other. I'm not glorifying the death of my brothers and sisters, and I never have, no matter who it has been, Tupac, Biggie, everybody. When Biggie's first album came out, I was astonished and sitting there with everybody else, but all I heard was the destruction of us. And I'm just like, man, hip hop changed for me because, especially for a lot of us, when Coolio came out and the Far Side was out, it was a different level of mentality. And I think when he started talking about trying to save us.
Yeah. Keep
Is
talking.
when
One moment.
yeah,
Keep talking.
you start talking about trying to save us. Is when all of a sudden we lost them. And just like a lot of our great people, they start talking about trying to save us. And then all of a sudden they're out of here. And we can't not take these situations into account. It could be what they're saying it is. But how about we just realize that there are very few of us that get in position to talk to millions of people and make a difference in at least one person's life. So imagine out of a million people, you made a difference in 10% of that million people's life. That's 100,000 people. And they're connected to another 100,000 who are connected to another 100,000. And maybe you're making a difference slowly through that generation, those chains. We have to take serious our position of what music actually is. And I think he was saying that the most, that we're not taking serious um, the collectiveness of what our music has done worldwide. For the past like 35, 40 years, hip hop has weaved and blended itself in the majority of cultures worldwide. You don't see the majority of the cultures in different countries trying to be like another a country other than the so-called African Americans. Our power with words and music is beyond an understanding that even the people that are doing it understand. And so we have to take that great responsibility, really take it serious. And I think that when he started talking about that very aspect, we lost him. Same thing with Prince, same thing with
Uh-huh.
Michael,
Mm-hmm. Whitney.
Whitney.
It's just crazy, man. It's just crazy.
Look, we do not get opportunities to talk to millions of people overnight.
Yeah.
Imagine these young people are doing it in 6 months. They're talking to 12 million people.
Yeah.
So if they're selling a million albums, that's 1 million people that bought their record, right?
Yeah.
That 1 million people that bought the record is playing it in front of another million people.
Getting my light.
Look, look at the octopus connection now. On the
That's
arm of your music are suction cups. And wherever your suction cup is in the world, it reaches. And now that technology got people in the most remote areas able to listen to one culture, one people from this land. They're not listening to nobody else. Am I not telling the truth?
I think you sound like you know what you're talking about.
My man Coolio was like, yo, everybody trying to be us except for us. Prince, why are we not trying to just be us?
We are. We actually are.
Look, I keep a studio.
Good. That's good. I keep trying to tell people that shit can help you like get through stress, man.
It's therapy, homie.
But yeah, so I just added be active. I did that with Clef, and he made the bass really loud, and I didn't realize that till it transferred through YouTube. But it is
What
what
you
it is.
mean?
It made the bass sound kind of mushy. What's the word? Like muffled. I don't know how to explain it.
It wasn't compressed, so it was like,
Oh,
so
okay.
it,
It's really underground.
you know, like if he had transferred it over from like a download to his email and then put it on online, then it would have been different. You basically probably came directly into the microphone or it was something that he recorded off his phone and then so you lose a lot of quality when you start transferring it, especially
Yeah,
digital.
that's
So
what
that's the difference between 2-inch tape and digital. The more you transfer it, the more you lose quality of the sound. So
well,
2-inch
it's
tape, it stays the
you've
same.
heard it before, Mario. Cause it's really I used to play the shit out of it in like '98, and that's when Clef and Bear came out to visit in '98. And Dotted Line, shout out Dotted Line, and they had the rap battle of epic rap battles at Janine's house. That shit was nuts.
Where on Venice?
Yes,
Okay.
she was pregnant.
She's always pregnant.
She was at one point, seemed like. But shout out everybody. What up, everybody? Thank you for tuning in to the Tommy Co Show. I know we got like 20 minutes into the conversation before I said what's up. Now can you see I've gained a little?
Yeah, I'm looking at your hairdo, but I feel you.
What is
I missed the little
my fro?
Bantu braids you used to have.
Still got that.
This shit is dope. You over here looking like,
I'm looking like how I looked when I went to Cal State Long.
I'm just tripping off the color, man. Like, what you gangbanging or something?
No, literally, I used to be a redhead. They used to call me Tamiko Tomato Head.
I remember.
And then it got darker. Anyways, you've heard Be Active before.
I did what?
You've heard the song. I'm about to play it. But wait, before I do, let's get back to Coolio. That's what I was doing. All right. So they finally figured out how to divide up his money too. That was an issue or whatever for some people. So
Hold on. I'm gonna help you today while we talk about that.
they announced that.
I made it a point to have certain documents out so we can, while you do that, can you see that?
Oh yeah. Mm-hmm.
There we go. Okay, that's one.
Last will and testament. Very good.
There's another.
Power of attorney. That's good. Where do you get those papers? For
Yeah,
people.
ready for this? Zoom in. Give me a big screen
People want it.
right here. Just give me a big screen by me.
Oh, okay. Hold on. I'm still
You
learning.
ready for where this came from?
Hold on. Hold on. May not let you. Nope.
Office Depot.
Okay.
Here's all you have to do. Before you open the packet up, think about your assets and think about what you want to do with them and who you want to control. Write it down on a separate piece of paper and then start filling this out. If you're not sure about something, you can either go to an attorney's office who does this for you, and they can walk you through it and they'll charge you a fee. It's completely worth it. Or B, they'll do it for you. All you have to do is take your piece of paper and they'll draw all this up. But if you want to go the cheap route, this is the cheap route. Hold on a second. This is the cheap route. Doesn't cost anything other than like $30 to buy this, and you can make copies and you can pass them out to your friends. You write down what you want in case of your death, and that way your word after your death gets fulfilled the way you see fit. You don't leave it up in the air when you're worth millions of dollars. Even if you're worth $1, you have an asset, cover your ass. The reason why we lose our generational wealth because we're not properly prepared for the business we live in. United States is a corporation. This is a business. It shouldn't have took this long. Paperwork was done based upon we do all have an end date. Then whenever that end date happens, at least if you have any assets, you're covered. And you can put the bank, you can put a lot of people in charge. You can look at your whole family and decide exactly how you want things run when you're not even here. Because when you're not here, you're saying, I pointed you out before I left. Now they have to live up to it, and you put contingencies in the situation. When you start making this kind of money, we don't really have an excuse. I watch a lot of these groups, and a lot of these group members starve because how they operate, because no one is talking about negotiating with your life. They're putting their life, you as an artist, you put your life on the line when you go on a tour. You don't conduct your business correctly and you don't manage your money right, then you're putting your life on the line. Then when you come home, then you're starving to death and you're trying to figure out, and then you start doing dumb shit. You're gonna make a lot of money doing it. At the end of the day, what are you doing with your bread? You're muted. You are definitely muted. Are you there? No, you're still muted. My mic is on.
I know it was
There
frozen.
you
Okay, so that goes and segues into what next we this.
go. I can't see it.
I'm
I gotta
about to make it bigger.
get
Hope
my glasses in the car.
Julio died without a will. 7 kids to inherit 300K estate. Said he didn't have a will in place,
Let's go back to
prompting his
the big.
former manager to go to probate court on his behalf.
Hold on. Let's go back to the biggest song he did, "Gangster's Paradise," right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So Stevie Wonder wrote the beat,
Mm-hmm. Wait.
correct?
Yeah, hold on, Mark. Raise. Hold on. 1 second. All right, so I'm gonna have to conclude this, but I will see you later. I gotta
Ten
do
nine.
this. 7 p.m. Wait, what time is it? Yep. 7 p.m., y'all. We're gonna do it's gonna be very interesting. It's gonna be a whole dive into metaphysical science, right? We're gonna talk about prophecy. We're gonna talk about what's up with these banks collapsing. Y'all heard about 2 banks collapsed this week.
Wait.
That
Four.
2 banks collapsed.
Four. Better check it again.
Well, last I checked, so now it's 4. We're gonna talk about all that later. And
Ladies and gentlemen, remember the power of your word in this economy is the cash in your pocket. If they take that weight from you, you have no power at all.
well,
So,
too late now. Shit's popping. They're not going back to cash. So
okay.
now they've been pushing that chip in the palm thing. You seen that Amazon commercial where they're like, "That's one less thing to worry about. Just put your hand
Well,
underneath."
they're pushing a war right now because every time that this country gets into trouble, we always end up into a squabble, which will spur industry in this country, just like it did the last 3 wars or the last 2.
All
But
of them. All of them.
I'm just saying, and it'll be our children facing the situation. So,
Yeah, that's all gonna probably go down. It's the only way to save the nation. They can think, unless somebody thinks of something else. They've been doing the same thing. That's like a tradition at this point. So, if people want something better, they have to think about what they want it to be and make it happen. Stop looking for other people to make it happen because it's just you that can make. Look at my nails, child. But yeah, back to the music. So I didn't know if you. No, I don't know if you want to play anything yet that you're working on. Did you want to play something?
um, yeah, give me 1 second here.
What's going
Yeah.
on?
No, I actually had nothing's going on. I just actually had this is what I'm working on right now.
Okay, don't play too much of it because I don't need YouTube sweating me because they be tripping.
It's
That's
my
why
interest. You can play my shit.
Zakir, my interview with him, they blocked so far on YouTube because of copyright stuff.
Why is that? Oh, because you played the other stuff on the side.
Because I played Shesh and Farm
Well,
and
you're not.
it
What you're not
goes
doing is freezing the frame and just playing the audio. If you play the entire thing, then they can hit you. You got to play one or the other, but really don't do the images. Just do the vocals. The
Mm,
image up there and play. That means you got to do your editing job. That's why they fucking with you.
yeah, I'm learning. I'm learning.
So
Oh,
what happened?
I gotta take my daughter to work. So I gotta see y'all later, man. Sorry.
Yeah,
Hey,
well, hold on a second. Let me open something.
we're gonna play this later though. I gotta go. All right.
Are you
Hey,
taking?
you don't go on Instagram, huh? Because I was gonna say meet me on Instagram.
I don't. I don't do social media.
Oh,
I keep that shit out of my life. It's poison.
it is.
It's poison. I
It's
leave
what
it
you
up to you guys. I
up
mean,
to you.
I don't need it.
It's what you make it.
Nah, I got a regular job.
That's cool.
I go to work, I come home. I don't need all that, man. I watched it. I watched all that before it happened, and I realized what it did to us and what it's still doing to us as a
Oh,
whole.
hypnotisms. Well, we'll talk at 7 though. All right. All right.
Sounds good.
7 p.m. Come back here live. Tell a friend. The Tamiko Show. DJ
The
Ray.
Comical Show,
All right.
be
Peace out.
here or
Peace.
BL7.